Hi guys, sorry I'm kind of starting in the dark, but I wanted to show you my cleaned and organized studio slash nursery. So this picture actually was from my room at my grandmother's house, the room where I would stay when I would visit her. And I took it off the wall when she passed away and when we moved out of her house. And I'm using it for my nursery. Woohoo! So my New Year's resolution was to try to clean and organize this space, and which I think I've been able to accomplish. So the big thing was moving a lot of stuff out of here. A lot of stuff had migrated in here that wasn't for reborns. So like I do a lot of other crafty kinds of stuff, like I knit and I sew and I love to decorate, and all that stuff had managed to make it in this tiny, tiny space. And so I was like, yep, I am just going to move that stuff out into my basement, into our basement storage room. And then the other thing was I had collected so many kits. And really, I don't really need the kits cluttering up the space. So I got a bunch of bins and put them all in bins and labeled all the bins with the names of the kits, and they are now underneath the bed in the master bedroom, which is just across the hall. So they're really accessible and easy to find, but now we have like all this space. So I'm actually going to start on the back side of the door. So on the back side of the door is where I'm keeping all my pacifiers. I found these cool hanging storage bins that you can actually see through. And I've got my girl pacifiers and clips, my boys pacifier and clip, my hot glue gun to make pacifiers. And yeah, so it's all nice and organized there. And then I'm continuing to keep this area the way I had. I did have a beautiful mahogany cradle here, which just was ending up kind of like a junk drop. And so I got rid of it. It's downstairs in storage. So below is storage for the clothes for my own reborns in my collection. And these labeled bins are storage of clothes for the dolls that I sell. And these are full. They are full right to the brim with clothes. So one of my New Year's resolutions is I am not going to buy any more clothes. So I want to see if I can go a whole year without having to buy a single thing. And then up here is where I keep my dolls that are ready-made. I try to keep between 4 and 6 ready-made dolls, although that's been a really big challenge in 2020 because I had so many custom orders. So I did over Christmas get some ready-made dolls together, but I do have a lot of customs already this year, and I'll show you where I decided to put them. And then any doll that you see like this, it's covered with a blanket. These are my Rose Doll Show dolls. So I've got one up here. This is June 7 months who's up here. And then I've got a bunch more up here. And just the blanket helps keep them dust free. And then I cleaned and organized this space. These are blankets. We have girl receiving blankets, boy receiving blankets. We have even more clothes, diapers. Down there, even more clothes and blankets. It's crazy. Then down here, again, is storage for my dolls and their clothes. Right here, these dolls wrapped in blankets are Rose Doll Show dolls. And then up here is extra space for works in progress. So right here is an avatar baby that I'm hoping to get to at some point, and all the little bits and bobs and interesting things that I found to make outfits and blankets and things. This is where I usually take pictures. I have covered up with a blanket because I have headless bodies here, and most people get really freaked out by seeing headless bodies. So I just didn't want people to see that. But normally this is where I take all my pictures. We've got some good natural light. Fortunately, it's nighttime, so we don't have that. And then I've still got my 4-season fairies down here in the pine cradle that my husband made. And then these are all the real dolls in my collection. And so at some point I really need to do an updated collection video, but I can't do that now because notice how there's a big empty space here. Yeah, so for the first time in over a year, I have bought a Reborn from Another Artist. Now you might think, why did you buy from another artist? You can make your own. It's true. But you know, it's so much fun to get a box and with a box opening and be able to film it and just be able to appreciate another artist's work. And this has been a goal of mine in my collection. I've really, really wanted a beautifully painted African-American doll. And I've been following this particular artist, House of Reborns, for quite a while. For about a year, I think. She's an extremely talented painter, and I saw this particular doll and I was just absolutely blown away. Now, normally she does toddlers, which I'm not a big toddler collector. So this is a small, like newbornish size little one. And I've made a spot for her right there. And I can't wait till she comes. So expect a video shortly with that box opening. So this is where the magic happens. This is where I do all the painting. I have my supplies down here, puppy pads. That's my fantasy hair. That's all my regular hair and needles and all my paints. These are paint colors that I don't use particularly often. I've got all my eyes and eyelashes in here. These are all the paint colors that I use often. These are my premixes for Caucasian babies. And I have all my painting supplies. Everything normally is not this clean and beautiful, but every once in a while it gets looking like this. These are some more of my premixes that I tend to use for Bountiful Baby kits. Those are my premixes for my AA and ethnic babies. And then over here, I've got my packing table and rooting table and assembly table. You can see I've got 3 dolls that need to be rooted. So I have a little AA Sarah Lynn, who's a custom. This is the 4th one I've done. She's a gorgeous kit to do AA babies with. And she has beautiful glass eyes. And then I have a Libby who's going to be rooted with strawberry blonde hair. So I'm going to make a custom mix of blonde and red together. She's going to be combi rooted just on the top. And then if I can ever get to him, this is Stephen by Phil Donnelly. And he's one that I've been working on, but I never get a chance to root him. So hopefully he's got a really small head, and I'm hoping that I can root him. But you know, that's how it is. And then over here, I've got all my fantasy babies except for the fairies. So it's a combination of dolls that I've made and other people have made. This is mine. This is Scraps, the Patchwork Girl of Oz, and a centaur. Right here you can see her furry body and her little legs. And then some more down here. The Tin Woodsman's Daughter and the Cowardly Lion and Agra. I did leave my sewing machine here. This is my new sewing machine that my kids all got together and made and bought for me. So I decided to leave it up here. And then I have more clothes down there. Craziness. And then this is how I'm organizing my customs. So I can organize 4 customs at a time. I just put a Post-it note with the name of either their name or the name of their kit or their sculpt. And then they have everything inside. When I gather it, start clothes and eyes and hair and blanket and everything else. So you can see Sarah Lynn and Libby. The next custom I'm going to be working on is a Harry Potter made from the Chase Kit by Bonnie Brown, and then a white wolf. And then we've got Laura Denon up off the floor. She's been on the floor since I moved here, and now she's up where I can see her. And this is where I do all my work. This is my desk. And then this is where I keep all my shipping stuff. So boxes, bubble wrap and paper. And this is also where I keep extra clothes. You can see now why my New Year's resolution for 2021 is not to buy any more clothes. More clothes. That's accessories, hair bows and hair ribbons, more hats and shoes and things like that. And here's where I keep all my hair bows. So this is where all kind of the extras go. And back there, that bag is stuff for the Rosedale show, and there's a collapsible wagon back there. And now we're back to the pacifier storage. So that's the new nursery with the new, all nicely organized. Lots of room to walk around. Well, room to walk around. And stay tuned. In the next week or so, I'm hoping to upload a video on a brand new doll in the nursery, a new box opening. TTFN, ta-ta for now.